The sudden death of former Zambian President Edgar Lungu has triggered a seismic shift in the country's political landscape, reigniting debates around leadership succession, opposition unity, and the future of Zambia's democratic trajectory. Lungu, who passed away at the age of 68 while receiving medical treatment in South Africa, leaves behind a legacy marked by both staunch loyalty and deep controversy. His demise has not only created a symbolic vacuum within the Patriotic Front, PF, but has also exposed the fragile fault lines within Zambia's broader opposition bloc, which now faces the daunting task of recalibrating its strategy ahead of a potential presidential rerun. Lungu's political career was defined by his ability to consolidate power within the PF and maintain a firm grip on Zambia's executive institutions. Despite his electoral defeat in 2021, he remained a polarizing figure, frequently signaling his intent to return to active politics. His recent legal battles over eligibility for re-election had stirred public discourse, with the Constitutional Court ultimately ruling against his candidacy. This ruling, followed by his death, has left the PF in disarray, grappling with internal divisions and a leadership vacuum that threatens its relevance in the upcoming electoral cycle. The opposition landscape, meanwhile, is equally fragmented. While the United Party for National Development, UPND, under President Hakainde Hichilema, continues to dominate the political scene, smaller opposition parties have struggled to present a unified front. The death of Lungu, once a rallying point for anti-UPND sentiment, has removed a key figure around whom disparate opposition voices could coalesce. In the absence of a charismatic and nationally recognized leader, the opposition risks further atomization, with regional interests and personal ambitions undermining efforts to build a cohesive electoral strategy. Political analysts argue that the PF's internal crisis could either catalyze reform or accelerate its decline. The party's central committee is reportedly divided over succession plans, with factions backing different candidates who lack Lungu's national appeal. Some voices within the PF are calling for a generational shift, advocating for younger leadership that can rebrand the party and reconnect with Zambia's youth. Others remain loyal to Lungu's legacy, insisting that any successor must uphold his political vision and confront the UPND with equal vigor. This ideological split has paralyzed decision-making and delayed the party's ability to mount an effective campaign. Beyond the PF, the broader opposition coalition faces structural challenges. The National Democratic Congress, NDC, the Socialist Party, and other minor parties have yet to articulate a shared platform or agree on a joint candidate. Previous attempts at coalition building have faltered due to mistrust, resource disparities, and conflicting agendas. The absence of Lungu as a unifying figure exacerbates these tensions, making it increasingly difficult to forge alliances that can challenge the UPND's electoral dominance. Moreover, the opposition's messaging remains inconsistent, with some parties focusing on economic grievances while others prioritize governance and institutional reform. The prospect of a presidential rerun, whether triggered by legal disputes or political maneuvering, adds urgency to these dynamics. While the UPND remains confident in its electoral machinery, the opposition's ability to capitalize on public dissatisfaction hinges on its capacity to present a credible alternative. Voter fatigue, economic pressures, and concerns over democratic backsliding have created an environment ripe for political change, but without strategic coordination, the opposition risks squandering this opportunity. Civil society organizations and media outlets have also weighed in on the implications of Lungu's death. Many view it as a turning point for Zambia's democracy, urging political actors to prioritize national unity and institutional integrity over partisan interests. The Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops, ZCCB, issued a statement calling for peaceful dialogue and inclusive governance, emphasizing the need for ethical leadership in the post-Lungu era. Meanwhile, youth movements and grassroots activists are mobilizing around issues of unemployment, education, and corruption, demanding that political parties address their concerns with tangible policy proposals. In this context, the role of digital media and political communication becomes increasingly significant. Parties that can harness social media platforms, engage with diaspora communities, and craft compelling narratives are likely to gain traction among younger voters. The PF, traditionally reliant on legacy media and patronage networks, must adapt to this new terrain if it hopes to remain competitive. Similarly, opposition parties must invest in data-driven campaigning, voter outreach, and coalition-building strategies that transcend ethnic and regional divides. The international community is closely monitoring Zambia's political developments, with regional bodies such as the African Union and SADC emphasizing the importance of stability and democratic norms. Western diplomats have expressed concern over the potential for electoral violence and urged all stakeholders to respect constitutional processes. At the same time, Zambia's strategic position in southern Africa and its role in regional trade and diplomacy make its political trajectory a matter of continental interest. As the country mourns the passing of Edgar Lungu, it also stands at a crossroads. The coming months will be critical in determining whether Zambia's opposition can overcome its divisions and present a viable challenge to the ruling party. The stakes are high, not only for political elites, but for ordinary citizens whose livelihoods and futures depend on effective governance and accountable leadership. Whether through reform, renewal, or resistance, the opposition must now navigate a complex and rapidly evolving political landscape, one shaped by legacy, loss, and the enduring quest for democratic resilience. Whether through reform, renewal, or resistance, the opposition must now navigate a complex and rapidly evolving political landscape, one shaped by legacy, loss, and the enduring quest for democratic resilience.